Hey guys, back working on the anvil. I shall bring the camera down so that you can see what's going on. This is where we're up to. 3 pieces of anvil, of railway track, apologies, which I've ground down to a point, cut. Haven't finished doing all these yet. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with that style, so I did that for the first one to see what it'll look like. Might end up doing this on the rest of them as well, may not. So I've just pulled up stumps on that one. But I'm real keen on showing you about this piece of steel that I've picked up. This is it here. It's about, I think it's about 60 mil thick. Yes, 60 mil thick by 365 long, which just happens to be 369 long, so I'm about 4 mil out, which is fine. I'm in a few minds as to about how to go about using it. It isn't perfect. That was where it was cut with an oxy, as you can see here. So you can see in the oxy cuts in it here, but I'm willing to weld that up later and grind it back to get a good face. It's also got a scallop out of here, which I don't mind. I'm going to have that in the front on the shoulder of the anvil, so that I might even actually be able to use that in my metalworks. So effectively, I'm trying to remember now which side I was going to use as the top. I think I was using it that way. So that's going to lay on there, like so. Like I said, I'm in a couple of minds at the moment. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go it. I like a table. I've got some offcuts. So I've got this piece here, which I'm going to cut a piece out of there. It's obviously not going to be that long. I'm even considering bringing this back maybe to about there somewhere, and then cutting my piece out of here, and I'm probably only going to have a table that's about that long, maybe a tad further, just so that I don't take away too much of my horn. Tempted to have that sitting right back about there somewhere. Cut this down here to the right width down there, flip it over, weld it together all the way around, then whack a table in there so it'll be half that thickness, width, but twice the thickness, so it'll come up to about there on the anvil. So that's the plan for that. And I have this piece, which came off this piece. It's exactly the same. Originally, that piece was attached to that end like that, which did me not much good at all, but I got them to cut that off. And if I just rotate that back that way just a little bit, I'm going to eventually weld it back onto there all around. But before I do, I'm going to take a 25mm notch out of there, square notch, weld him back on. That will be my hardy hole. So that's pretty much the plan at this point in time. Putting that on there, of course I'll do some very deep V-ing in here and in the same places on there, so that I can get right down in deep here and do some deep welding and build up layers and layers and layers of weld to get that to sit right. So that's where I'm at with that. Okay, just going to give a bit of video of how I cut out the little arch in the neck of the railroad tracks. So I'll just spark up my oxy. Preheat. I like this red pen, because when it dries it goes white. It's really easy to see. Bit of preheat in there. The black just disappears. Doesn't look too bad. Get a bit of that crap off the back. Not a bad arc. Clean him up with the grinder, should be good. Okay, back again. Finally got some time to do a bit of work on my anvil. In the process of cutting this off, down the middle, off there. I'm going to flip that over, clean it up obviously, flip it over, weld it all together so it's double thickness. Weld it all around. I'm going to chamfer the edges first, and then I will use this as the table. I'll do a bit of cutting. You won't want to see much of this, so I won't make it very long. Did most of the cutting earlier on. Cut all the way through there, just leaving a small amount to hold it together while I cut that off. Now I shall cut the end off there. Okay, she's cut. It's 19mm thick, so once I put them together, I believe it's 19mm. No, she's 17mm, so the two together 34mm. So that will be chamfered on the edges. Pick the best side. Not exactly even, so I'll put them that side and clean that side up, I reckon. I'd have to do a bit of work there. They're not the same width. That's because the original piece wasn't square, but I'll sort that out.